It's a communication cable. Huh? Don't you understand? It's a telephone line. We can telephone for help. Telephone?
Well, we're about to start our second hour of incomplete calls.
Hello?
Now let's think about what Gilligan's Island means. It's a TV show, sure, but it's more than that. It aired way back from 1964 to 1967. 3 seasons of pure fun. 7 people. A skipper, a first mate, a millionaire couple, a movie star, a professor, and a farm girl stuck on an island after their boat, the SS Minnow, wrecked in a storm. It's all about them trying to get off but never quite making it, thanks to Gilligan, the clumsy guy who messes everything up. That's the hook. You know this show for coconut radios and bamboo huts, not dark secrets. So why is it here, tied to something so off? What's hiding in that sunny sand? Let's dig a little deeper. The show's a classic. Even today, March 26, 2025, people watch it, reruns, streaming, old DVDs. It's simple, silly, the kind of thing you put on when you want to smile. Gilligan, played by Bob Denver, trips over everything. The skipper, big and loud, yells at him. The Howells, rich and fancy, sip drinks. Ginger, the glamorous one, flirts. The professor builds crazy stuff, and Mary Ann bakes pies. It's a family, a goofy one, stuck together. So when you see Gilligan's Island in this title, you're hooked. How does that light, happy world turn dark? What's breaking the laugh track? Think about it more. This show's been around forever. It started in black and white, then went color, back when TV was new and big. Kids loved it. Parents too. It's short, 98 episodes, but it's stuck. People still quote it, dress up as the characters, laugh at the same old jokes. It's not deep or fancy, just fun. That's what makes you curious. A show this simple, this loved, hiding something dark, something blocked. You wonder what could fit in there. Did Gilligan do something bad? Did the island hold a secret? It's a puzzle, and Gilligan's Island is the first piece. Let's keep going. The show's life wasn't all smooth. It ran 3 years, then got canceled in 1967. Not because people hated it, but because the network wanted something else. Fans were mad. Later they made TV movies, Rescue from Gilligan's Island. Stuff like that, because people couldn't let it go. The creator, Sherwood Schwartz, fought for it. He made it after The Brady Bunch, another hit, so he knew how to make people laugh. But Gilligan's Island here in this title isn't laughing. That's what hooks you. What went wrong back then? Was there a fight we didn't see? A story they buried? Picture the island for a minute. It's fake, sure, filmed in a studio in a lagoon, but it feels real when you watch. Palm trees, sand, waves. The castaways are always building rafts, chasing rescue boats, failing in funny ways. Gilligan's the heart, a sweet guy who can't get it right. The skipper's his buddy, gruff but kind. The others play along, annoyed but stuck. It's a loop. Every episode, they're close to leaving, then back to square one. So when Gilligan's Island pops up with dark and blocked, you're curious. What broke that loop? What's too much for that little world? Here's where it gets fun. The show's so light, so easy, that anything dark feels huge. It's not built for shadows. No one dies, no one fights for real. It's coconuts and pratfalls, not secrets and bands. That's what hooks you again. What could be so off in Gilligan's Island that they'd block it? Was it a joke gone wrong? A story too scary for kids? You start guessing. Maybe the cast knew. Bob Denver, Tina Louise as Ginger, Alan Hale as the skipper. Did they talk about it? Or was it locked away, even from them? Let's take it further. The show's a time capsule, 1960s TV, when things were simpler. Families watched together, no swearing, no blood. It's clean, safe, a bubble. But Gilligan's Island here says that bubble's got a crack. That's what keeps you curious. What didn't fit? Was it too weird for the 60s? Too real? The network, CBS, ran it, and they were strict back then. Did they see something and say no? You wonder what could scare a big TV boss enough to hide it, especially in a show this fluffy. Now think about this. Gilligan's Island isn't just old, it's alive. People still love it. Kids today find it funny. It's got a glow, a charm. The cast's mostly gone. Bob Denver died in 2005, others too. But the island stays. So when this title starts with that name, it's a jolt. Something's pulling it back, something dark, something blocked. That's what hooks you. Is it a lost tape? A rumor turned real? You're already picturing Gilligan tripping into something strange, and you want to know what. So Gilligan's Island isn't just a start, it's a spark. A tease, a happy name with a shadow. It hooks you because it's that show, silly, sweet, stuck. And now it's not. It makes you curious, because it's a piece of the past, bright and fun, hiding something dark. Now let's think about what Unveils means here. It's not quiet or small, it's big, loud, like someone stepping up to say, look at this. In this title, it's Gilligan's Island doing the unveiling, an episode so dark it was blocked. That's what hooks you deeper. This goofy show, all about laughs and silly messes, is showing us something new, something strange. You're curious right away. Who's behind it? The old cast, the creators, someone today, years later. Why is it being unveiled now, after all this time? It's a tease, and you want to peek inside. Let's dig a bit more. Unveils isn't accidental, it's on purpose, planned, like lifting a curtain at a play. Gilligan's Island ran from 1964 to 1967, 3 seasons, 98 episodes of pure fun. Gilligan tripping, the skipper shouting, coconuts falling. It's a happy memory, a show that's been around forever in reruns. But Unveils says there's more, something we missed. That's what keeps you hooked. What's been sitting there, waiting to be shown? Is it a tape they found? A story they hid? You wonder who's pulling the string, someone from back then, or someone now digging up the past. Picture the show for a second. It's light, easy. A bunch of castaways stuck on an island, always failing to get off. The professor builds gadgets. Ginger flirts. Mary Ann smiles. It's a loop of laughs, nothing heavy. So when you hear Unveils, it's a jolt. This show, this silly little world, is unveiling something dark. That's what makes you curious. How does that fit? What's coming out that's so off from the bamboo huts and goofy plans? You're already imagining something strange, something that doesn't belong, and you want to know what it is. Let's keep going. Unveils feels alive, like it's happening today, March 26, 2025. The show's old, over 50 years gone, but it's not dead. People still watch it, kids laugh at it, fans quote it. It's got a life that won't quit. So this unveiling, this showing, hooks you because it's fresh. Is it a lost film reel? A script they dug up? Maybe someone's talking. A writer, a producer spilling an old secret. That's what keeps you guessing. Why now? What's changed? Did they wait this long for a reason, or did it just turn up? Think about the past more. Gilligan's Island wasn't huge when it aired. Decent, but not a smash. It got cancelled in 1967, swapped for something else. Fans were upset, but it grew bigger later, in reruns and TV movies. Sherwood Schwartz, the guy who made it, kept it alive. He loved his castaways. But Unveils says there's a piece we didn't see, something dark, something blocked. That's what hooks you again. Was it part of that old fight? Did Schwartz hide it, or did someone else? A network boss, a censor say no. You're curious because it's a crack in the story we thought was done. Here's where it gets fun. Unveils isn't just finding, it's showing. Someone's decided it's time. Maybe it's a dusty box in a basement, a tape marked "Don't Air." Maybe it's a tale from Bob Denver, who played Gilligan, something he never told before he died in 2005. Or Tina Louise, Ginger, the last one left, whispering a memory. That's what pulls you in. Who's unveiling this? How'd they keep it quiet? You wonder if it's big, a real episode, or just talk. A rumor gone wild. Either way, it's Gilligan's Island doing it, and that's a twist you can't shake. Let's take it further. The show's so simple. 7 people, 1 island, endless goofs. It's not built for secrets. No one's mean, no one's hurt, just funny flops. So Unveils stands out. What's it showing that's dark? Something sad, something creepy. That's what keeps you curious. Did they try something wild back then? Something the 60s couldn't take? You can almost see it. Gilligan's hat, the skipper's frown, but with a shadow we never noticed. What's coming up? How's it changing what we know? Now imagine this. Unveils means it's out now, or soon. It's not locked anymore. It's free. After years of being stuck. That hooks you because it's alive, moving, not just old news. Is it on TV again? Online. A story someone's telling. You wonder who's watching. Old fans, new kids, people like us. What'll they think? That's what keeps you in. It's Gilligan's Island, the happy place. Unveiling something that doesn't fit, and you're dying to see how it lands. So Unveils isn't just a word, it's a spark, a lift, a big reveal. It hooks you because it's Gilligan's Island showing something new, something dark. It makes you curious, because it's fresh, it's here, and it's breaking the old mold. Now let's think about what an episode means. Here, Gilligan's Island is unveiling it. Something so dark it was blocked. And it's just one episode. Not a season, not a special, just one slice of the show. That's what hooks you deeper. This goofy sitcom, all about laughs and silly plans, has 98 episodes from 1964 to 1967, and this one stands out. You're curious right away. Which one is it? One we've seen, twisted wrong, or one we've never met? What's in this single story that's so off it got shut down? It's a pinpoint, and you want to zoom in. Let's dig a bit more. Gilligan's Island is simple. 7 castaways. 1 island. Endless flops. Every episode's a loop. They try to escape. Gilligan messes up. They're back where they started. Think coconuts. Bamboo. The skipper's yells. It's light. Fun. Over in 30 minutes. So when you hear an episode, it's a jolt. One episode, out of all those, is dark. That's what keeps you hooked. How does that fit? What's different about this one? You wonder if it's got the same gang, Gilligan the professor, Ginger, or if it's something else entirely, a stray that didn't belong. Picture the show for a minute. It's a classic still around today, March 26, 2025 on reruns and streams. Kids watch it, laugh at Gilligan tripping, the Howells acting fancy. Each episode's a little adventure, finding a raft, chasing a boat, failing with a grin. They're short, sweet, done fast. But an episode here isn't sweet, it's dark, blocked, unveiled now. That's what makes you curious. What's in this one? Did they try something new? Did it scare someone? You're already imagining the minnow wrecked, but with a twist we never saw. Let's keep going. An episode feels small but huge. It's 1 out of 98, a drop in the bucket, yet it's big enough to block. That hooks you because it's odd. Why this one? The show's not deep. It's Gilligan dropping stuff, Mary Ann baking, the professor fixing. No big stakes, no real fights. So what's in this episode that's so wild? You wonder about the number, season 1, 2, 3. Was it early when they were testing ideas, or late when they got bold? That's what keeps you guessing. It's just one, but it's the one, and you want to know why. Think about the show's life more. It ran 3 years, 1964 to 1967, then got cut. Not a flop. People liked it, but CBS swapped it out. Later it grew big in reruns, TV movies like The Castaways on Gilligan's Island. Sherwood Schwartz, the creator, loved it, kept it alive. But an episode says there's a piece we missed, one they hid. That's what hooks you again. Was it filmed, written, lost? You're curious because 98 episodes aired and this one didn't. What's the oddball doing here? Here's where it gets fun. An episode isn't the whole story, it's a taste. The title says it's dark, blocked, unveiled now. You start picturing it, 30 minutes of Gilligan's Island, but wrong. Maybe Gilligan's not funny this time. Maybe the skipper's mad for real. That's what pulls you in. What's the plot? Did they find something creepy on the island? Did someone get hurt? You wonder if it's got the same feel, laughs gone sour, or if it's a total shift, something the 60s couldn't take. Let's take it further. The show's so steady, every episode's a reset. They're stuck, they try, they fail, they laugh. No one changes, no one leaves. But an episode breaks that. It's dark, not silly. And it's blocked, not shared. That's what keeps you curious. What broke the mold? Was it too sad, too strange? You can almost see it, Gilligan's hat, the palm trees, but with a shadow creeping in. Did the cast know? Bob Denver, Tina Louise, the gang, did they shoot it and shrug or fight to keep it? It's one story, and it's got a grip. Now imagine this. An episode is small, half an hour. That's it. The show's quick, in and out, no big build. But this one's different, big enough to block, dark enough to hide. That hooks you because it's tiny but mighty. What fits in 30 minutes that's so off? A storm? A ghost? Something realer than coconuts? You wonder when it happened. 1964, early and raw, or 1967, late and risky. That's what keeps you in. It's just one, but it's the one that didn't fit, and you're dying to know how. So an episode isn't just words. It's a spark, a nudge, a little box with a big secret. It hooks you because it's Gilligan's Island, all fun, with one dark spot. It makes you curious because it's small, it's one, and it's wrong for that world. Now let's think about what so dark means here. It's not just a little odd or a bit sad. It's deep, strong, heavy. Gilligan's Island is unveiling an episode, one so dark it was blocked, and these words paint it black. That's what hooks you deeper. This isn't the show you know, Gilligan tripping over coconuts, the skipper shouting, everyone laughing. Dark means something's wrong, really wrong, in a place built for fun. You're curious right away. How dark is it? What happened in that episode? Why is it so far from the silly stuff we love? It's a pull you can't shake. Let's dig a bit more. Gilligan's Island ran from 1964 to 1967, 98 episodes of pure light comedy. 7 castaways stuck on an island, messing up rescues, making jokes. It's bright, palm trees, blue skies, goofy grins. Gilligan's a klutz, the professor's smart, Ginger's flirty, all in fun. So when you hear so dark, it's a shock. That's what keeps you hooked. What could be dark in that world? Did someone get hurt? Was there a fight? You wonder how it fits. Did the laugh stop? Did the island turn cold? It's a puzzle, and so dark is the piece that doesn't match. Picture the show for a second. It's a classic, still playing today. March 26, 2025, on old TVs and streams. Kids giggle at it, adults smile at the memories. Every episode's a quick happy fix, 30 minutes of silliness, then done. The skipper whacks Gilligan with his hat, the howls sip fancy drinks. Marianne bakes. It's safe, warm, like a sunny day. But so dark says this episode isn't that. That's what makes you curious. What's the darkness? Is it creepy, sad, something we can't even guess? You're already imagining the gang, but with a chill you never felt before. Let's keep going. So dark isn't small. It's big. Big enough to block, to hide, to unveil now. That hooks you because it's not a little glitch. It's a leap. The show's not made for this. It's not about tears or fear. It's about bamboo rafts and dumb luck. So what's so dark it broke the rules? You wonder if it's real, like a death, or weirding. Maybe it's something the 60s couldn't handle. Something too much for families watching at night. That's what keeps you guessing. How far did they go? What pushed it over the edge? Think about the show's life more. It aired for 3 years, then got cut in 1967. Not a flop. Just bad timing. It came back big in reruns, loved for its simple charm. Sherwood Schwartz, who made it, kept the castaways alive with TV movies later. It's a happy story. A light one. But so dark says there's a shadow in there. One episode out of 98 that didn't fit. That's what hooks you again. Was it filmed? Did the cast Bob Denver, Tina Louise know? You're curious because this dark spot doesn't belong. And it's calling out now. Here's where it gets wild. So dark paints a picture. Maybe the island's not sunny this time. Maybe it's stormy, grim. Maybe Gilligan's not funny. Maybe he's lost. That's what pulls you in. What's the story? Did they find something bad? Did the laughs turn sour? You wonder if it's still them, the 7 we know, or if it's twisted. Different. The show's so bright, so clean, that so dark feels wrong, like a mistake they couldn't air. What's in those 30 minutes, that's so heavy? That's what keeps you hooked. You need the shape of it. Let's take it further. The 60s were simple. TV was for families. No big scares, no deep stuff. Gilligan's Island fit that short, fun done. But So Dark says this episode didn't. You're curious how dark it got. Was it too sad for kids? Too strange for parents? Maybe it broke the bubble, showed something real, when they wanted fake. You can almost see it, the gang around a fire, but not laughing, not smiling. What's making it dark? That's what keeps you in. It's a show we know, flipped into something we don't. Now imagine this. So Dark isn't just dark. It's so dark, extra dark. Beyond the line. That hooks you because it's not a hint. It's a shout. The network CBS ran it back then, and they were picky. Nothing too wild, nothing too rough. So what's so dark they blocked it? You wonder if it scared them. Producers, censors, someone with power. Was it a test that failed? A dare they took? That's what makes you curious. Did the cast shoot it and cringe? Did Sherwood Schwartz fight for it? It's a secret with teeth, and you want to bite in. So Dark isn't just words.
Oh.
It's a chill, a turn. It's a chill, a turn. It hooks you because it's Gilligan's Island, all light gone wrong. It makes you curious, because it's deep, it's dark, and it's out of place. Now let's think about what it was means here. It's part of this big title, Gilligan's Island, showing us an episode dark and blocked, and it was says it's not new. It happened, it's finished, back when the show lived, 1964 to 1967. That's what hooks you deeper. This isn't some fresh idea or a rumor, it's real. It was there, part of that goofy world we know. You're curious right away. What was it back then? Why is it coming up now? How did it stay quiet all these years? It's a whisper from the past and you want to hear it loud. Let's dig a bit more. Gilligan's Island is all fun. 98 episodes of 7 castaways tripping over coconuts, chasing rescue boats, laughing it off. Gilligan's the clown, the skipper's the boss, the rest play along. It's light, quick, a 30-minute escape. But it was says this episode isn't that. It was something else, something dark, something they blocked. That's what keeps you hooked. What was it doing in that sunny the show's life? How does a show like this, so bright and silly, hold something that was past tense, done and gone? You wonder when it happened. Early days, late run? That's what makes you curious. It's not now, it was, and it's pulling you back to find it. Picture the show for a second. It's a classic, still around today, March 26, 2025, on reruns and streams. People love it, kids giggle, adults grin at the old jokes. It ran 3 years, then got cut in 1967, but it never died. So it was feels big. This episode was real, part of that time, maybe filmed, maybe just written, but it happened. That's what hooks you again. Was it lost, hidden? Why is it only unveiled now? You're imagining a dusty tape, a yellowed script, something that was and isn't anymore, tugging you to the past. Let's keep going. It was isn't loud. It's soft, sneaky, like a secret slipping out. The show's all about now. Gilligan trips. We laugh. It's over. But this says back then, something was different. That's what makes you curious. What was it like? Was it shot with the gang, Bob Denver, Alan Hale, or just a plan they scrapped? You wonder where it fits. Season 1, 2, 3. It's a ghost from those days, and you're hooked because it's not the Gilligan's Island you know. It's the one that was dark and blocked. Think about the show's life more. It started in 1964, black and white, then color, a big deal back then. It ended in 67, not hated, just pushed out. Sherwood Schwartz, the creator, loved it, made movies later to keep it going. But it was says there's a piece we didn't see, a moment that happened, then vanished. That's what pulls you in. Was it part of the end? A fight with the network? You're curious because 98 episodes aired, and this one didn't. What was it that was, and why is it back? Here's where it gets fun. It was feels final, it's not is or might be, it's done set real. This episode was dark, so dark they blocked it. That hooks you because it's solid, something happened, and they said no. What was it, a sad story, a scary one? You can almost see it, the island, the palm trees, but different, wrong. Was it too much for the 60s, when TV was all families and laughs? That's what keeps you guessing. What was there locked away, now unveiled? Let's take it further. The show's so simple. Every episode's a loop. They try to leave, fail, start over. No big changes, no deep stuff. But it was says this one broke that. It was dark, not silly, and it's past, not present. That's what makes you curious. What was the plot? Did Gilligan stop being funny? Did the skipper snap? You wonder if it was a test, a new idea they tried, or a mistake they buried. It's a shadow from back then, and you're hooked because it's not the reset, it's the one that was. Now imagine this. It was ties it to time, 1960s time, when the world was different. TV was clean, safe, no rough edges. Gilligan's Island fit that short, fun, done. But this episode was something else, dark enough to block. That's what keeps you in. When was it? Early when they were fresh, late when they were bold. You're picturing the cast, Ginger, Mary Ann, the Howells doing something off, something that was. Why'd it stay past tense? Who kept it shut? That's the hook. It's old, it's real, and it's calling now. So it was isn't just words. It's a step back, a chill, a done deal. It hooks you because it's Gilligan's Island, all light, with something dark that was. It makes you curious, because it's past, it's there and it's breaking out. Let's take it all together, piece by piece, but as one big story. Gilligan's Island kicks it off. It's a classic, aired from 1964 to 1967, 3 seasons of laughs. 7 castaways: Gilligan the skipper, the Howells, Ginger the professor, Mary Ann stuck on an island after their boat, the SS Minnow, wrecked. It's all fun, 98 episodes of coconut messes and failed rescues. That's what hooks you first. You know this show: Gilligan stumbles, the skipper shouts, the bright beach. So why's it here, tied to something dark? You're curious already. What's hiding in that happy world? Then comes Unveils. It's like a curtain lifting. A big reveal. This isn't quiet, it's loud, showing something new, something old, something we didn't see. That's what pulls you deeper. Gilligan's Island is unveiling this now. Today, March 26, 2025, years after it ended. You wonder who's doing it. A lost tape. A writer talking. Why is it out after so long? It hooks you because it's fresh, a secret breaking free from a show stuck in reruns. What's being shown? That's the question tugging at you. Next is an episode. It's just one, not the whole show. One little story, 30 minutes, out of 98. That's what keeps you hooked. Why this one? The show's a loop. Try to leave, fail, laugh, repeat. Gilligan trips, the professor builds, Ginger flirts. But this episode's different, special, dark. You're curious which one. Was it aired and pulled, never shown? You wonder where it fits. Early days, late run. It's a single dot, but it's big, and you're dying to know what's in it. Then So Dark lands hard. Dark. In Gilligan's Island, that's a shock. This show's all light, palm trees, blue sky, silly grins. Dark means wrong, heavy, maybe sad or creepy. That's what hooks you again. How dark? What's it got that's so off? You picture the island, the gang, but twisted, no laughs, no fun. You're curious because it doesn't fit. Did something bad happen? Was it too much? It's a shadow over the sunshine, and you want to see how deep it goes. Next it was Steps In, past tense, done, back then. This episode isn't now, it was real, part of 1964 to 1967. That's what pulls you in more. It happened, it's not a guess, it's a fact, locked away. You wonder when, early when they started, late when they ended. It hooks you because it's old, set, a piece of the past popping up. Why's it been quiet? Who knew? You're curious because it's not is, it's was, and it's calling from back then. Finally blocked, seals it. Someone stopped this, shut it down, said no. That's the hook that ties it tight. It's not lost or forgotten, it was blocked, on purpose, with force. You wonder who, the network. The creator, why? Was it too dark for the 60s, when TV was all families and smiles? You're curious because it's a fight, someone won, someone lost, and this episode stayed hidden. What's so bad it couldn't air? That's what keeps you in, guessing hard. Put it all together. Gilligan's Island unveils, an episode so dark, it was blocked. It's the show you love, showing one story, dark and old, stopped cold. That hooks you because it's a flip, fun gone wrong, now out. You're curious with every bit. Why unveil it? Which episode? How dark? When was it? Who blocked it? The show's life, 3 years then reruns, still alive, makes it wild. Sherwood Schwartz, made it, fought for it, but this stayed down. What's the secret? You picture Gilligan, the skipper, the island, but off. Strange. Think about them more. They ran 98 episodes, cut in 67, grew big later. Bob Denver, Tina Louise, the cast, they laughed, they played. But this episode was dark, blocked, now unveiled. That's what hooks you. What broke the loop? Was it sad, scary? You wonder if they shot it, if they knew. It's a crack in their story. 25 minutes of something wrong, hidden for decades. Why now? That's what pulls you. Is it a tape? A tale? You're curious because it's them, and it's not them. Let's keep it going. Block says power, CBS, the network. Ran it, kept it clean. So Dark says trouble, too much for back then. It was, says time, 1960s, long gone. An episode says one shot, one miss. Unveils, says now, today. Gilligan's Island says home, but not, that hooks you. Every piece twists the knife. You're picturing it, Gilligan's hat, the beach, but grim. What's in it? You're dying to know. So this title, Gilligan's Island Unveils, an episode so dark it was blocked, is a grip you can't drop. It hooks you with the show, the dark, the block. It makes you curious with the unveil, the past, the why. You're already seeing that island, waiting for the truth. What do you think it is?